Hi, my name is Morne Swanepoel. Welcome to our Ladies Personal Protection DVD series. This is our first DVD on this series, and in this DVD I'm going to expose you to general attacks, which will include hair grabs, headlocks, and general grabbing onto the body and onto the arms. Okay, let's get training. Personal protection, you've got three choices. One is fight, the next one is flight, and the third one is submit. In this DVD series, I want to give you two choices. We never want to submit. Okay? We either want to fight the opponent or we want to escape. And this is what this DVD is going to cover. Because we're going to either escape the situation or fight the situation, we are not going to look at the pre-conflict or the post-conflict scenario. What we're going to look at is the actual conflict scenario. So what I want to go through quickly is what kind of weapons you're going to be using in this DVD series to learn how to protect yourself. Okay, you're going to use a linear, a mic, and first of all on the ladies, what we're going to use at is the head. Now I'm not talking your general headbutting like the guys would do, but using the head to place it in strategic positioning on the person to be able to escape. The next thing that we're going to use that is the elbow. An elbow is a general tool that doesn't need any kind of conditioning. It's very strong and can be used very effectively. Part of the palm, okay, also very strong, effective tool for self-defense, and then obviously your fingers, okay, that raking kind of feeling. The next thing that you're going to be using is the knee. Okay, again, same as the elbow, doesn't need any kind of conditioning and can be brought into action very, very quickly. And those are basically your main areas that you're going to be using as self-defense tools. Okay, so once again, it's going to be the head, the palm, the fingers, the elbow, and the knee. Okay, as a lady, you really don't want to start punching because the palm is far more productive and safe as well. What targets are we going to look at? Okay, if we look at Mike here, one of the first targets that I want you to always go for, doesn't matter how big or small this guy is the eyes. This is the area that nobody can condition, and it's one of the most success rate areas that you can go for. The throat is also very effective, and obviously the groin. Besides the eyes, the throat, and the groin, you've got areas like pulling the ears, you've got areas like bending the fingers, you've got soft area tissue on the inside of the arms, inside of the legs. You've got the shin raking motion right here. Okay, and those are the most common target areas that we're going to look at in this DVD series. Right, we're going to start off with the most common kind of attacks that ladies can be faced with. And the first one that I've mastered throughout the years, is the hair grab. Okay, the way to counter it is to shave your hair. Right, so what we're going to look at is when somebody grabs hold of your hair, okay, which is obviously very intimidating and obviously a situation you don't want to be caught in. Unlike most people, what you don't want to do is you don't want to try and pull this away from you. Okay, you actually want to push it against your head. The more you're going to pull this away, the more the pull, the more pain, and yeah, you might not even get out the situation. So what you actually want to do is push it against the head. The first defensive method that we're going to use is either going to use a knee into the groin, or depending if he's got long arms, you're going to use a shin into the groin. This is going to give you a spinal reflex. Okay, a spinal reflex is exactly what Mike is doing right now. You can ask any guy, if you kick them into the groin or you fake a slap into the groin, they give you that spinal reflex. Okay, so from this position, I push it against the head, I kick into the groin depending on the distance, and from here I bend the wrist and I start walking backwards down to the ground, taking my attacker down to the ground, releasing all the way there. This is now the time you can decide, fight or flight. If I'm going to fight, yeah, this is a good time to kick into the face and then add on. If this is an escaping situation, I just release this and I run away from the attacker. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring Aileen in here. She's going to practice it a few times, and then yeah, I'm going to try and help you make this technique even better. Right, so the situation is Mike grabs the hair. Exactly what Aileen is doing right now. She pins it against the head, right? She has to inflict pain. So what she does is, depending on the distance, knee into the groin or shin kick into the groin. Okay, now she rips it back down and she walks backwards, forcing the person down to the ground. Once the attacker is down on the ground, if she's going to decide to attack, she stands up and she kicks him with the shin right into the face and then escape. All right, do it again. Let's see. 2 or 3 more times, nice and relaxed. Okay, you got the grab, pin it down, kick, pull it down to the ground, okay, kick and escape. Right, one more time. Again, the great thing about this technique is it doesn't matter which hand Mike grabs. If Mike has to change and grab with the other side, it's exactly the same thing. See, the problem here now is, come back here guys, because Aileen didn't first inflict the pain, if she goes up against a bigger and stronger person, you won't always just be able to pull the person down. Let's do it again. Right, so this is a common mistake where you start wrestling without inflicting the pain. So she first has to inflict the pain, get the spinal reflex, get the guy down to the ground, finish him off, and then escape. Right, let's check this in a real life scenario. Right, the hair grab again. So we got the person grabbing hold of the hair. Again, like I said, your first instinctive movement must be trapping it against the head. Second movement must always be inflicting pain. Okay, always try and get that groin shot in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my head and my whole body to turn his wrist. Okay, so I'm not trying to use muscular strength. I'm using the body and the head. From here, my elbow is going to go to the back of Mike's elbow right here. Okay, so not on the forearm, but more back behind towards the shoulder. Okay. Right, so that's the whole movement here. 1, 2, without the groin kick now, just the lock. Okay. As I get here, I'm going to take this hand, make a fist, not an open palm, make a fist, and I'm going to apply pressure down here. Okay. Once he starts releasing, I'm going to take the fingers in the palm and compress it down towards his head. I'm going to push those fingers down towards his head. Up again, Mike. Okay, so from here, trap, inflict the pain. Turn. First, ram it above the shoulder and push. Okay, now if you're going to escape, you just need to push this guy and escape. Or if you're going to fight it, as you do this, okay, because there's a good kick towards the face right there. You can now apply the knee to the face right there. You can push the head down to the ground. You can start attacking him from here. Right, so the whole movement once again. The grab. Instinctively, trap. Always inflict pain first. Doesn't have to be with a groin. I'll show you some other ideas now. Circle. Ram the forearm above the elbow. Rip this thing off. Push it down, and then you're either going to kick or knee or escape. Right, let's bring Aileen in here. Let's see how she practices this. Right, so we got the grab first. The grab. Always trapping it against the head. Either knee or shin kick. Inflict pain. Now Aileen will use her whole body, step away and trap right there. She releases the one hand, makes that fist. She pushes down with this hand while she pushes up with this one, applying that joint lock. Pushing him down to the ground, okay, and escaping. Or if she wants to, like she did there, the kick and then escape. Let's do that again. The grab. Trap against the head. Always inflict pain first. Move. Trap it against, remove this arm, make the fist, okay, and watch here quickly. I don't want you to apply there by the shoulder. That's where the guy's going to be much stronger. See where the elbow is? Just above the elbow. Almost where that little shock bone is. She's going to pull up here while she pushes down here, okay, to apply that joint lock, and then either throwing the kick into the face right now, bang, or the knee to the face, and then escaping. Right, good job. One more time. The other thing I want to mention here is just grab again. After the kick, the general mistake that you'll do is to try and again use muscular strength to try and turn this thing around. All you need to do is use your body, step and turn. See how she stepped and turned? No muscular strength, just a step and a turn. Right, release, apply the pressure. Okay, pull this back. Push those fingers into his face. Step around, either kick him in the face or just push him away and escape. Right, excellent. Right, let's see this at full speed. Okay, next option. Very similar. The person grabs. Again, this all stays the same. You trap against the head. This stays the same. Knee into the groin. We do again this rotation here, But instead of releasing and hitting with the elbow right here in the forearm, I'm going to continue taking my elbow over the top. What I do now is I apply pressure down onto his shoulder, driving him down to the ground, all the way down, okay? From this position here, obviously the best option here is to stand up and escape. Right, once again. So the grab stays all the same. Hit, I step, I take my elbow right over the top. I don't want to apply pressure here now that we did with the previous one. I want to get my armpit as high as I can over his shoulder, okay? And then from here, I'll do this slowly. You shoot your legs out, and you land right on top of this person, driving his shoulder down to the ground. See what I can do here as well? I push the fingers in towards his face. This is not necessary. If you can't get this, it's cool, right? But this here is important, where you drop that weight onto the shoulder, okay, to smash his face into the ground. Obviously, if you want to inflict pain now, I can put my fingers into his eyes, rake it, drop this thing down. If you really want to, you can break this arm here by lifting it up this way and dropping the shoulder down to the ground. As you can see, the hyperextension here, if I place all my weight here and I push this way, yeah, it's going to pop right here, okay, dropping, okay. If you're really much lighter than this opponent, I would recommend immediately to drop this arm, stand up and escape. All right, let's see Aileen practice this. Okay, so Mike grabs, initial reaction, exactly the same, exactly the same. She steps around. Now from here, she drops all that weight onto the shoulder. She shoots her legs back towards me here, dropping down, working it around. Okay, see how she's got the fingers here nicely? She can push that in. Mike will feel that, and then from here she can escape. Stand up and escape. Once again. Right, so the hair grab, the knee to the groin, step around, get that shoulder, drop that weight, drive his face to the ground. Very good. Right, and stand up and escape. Excellent. Right, let's see this at full speed. Okay, next option. Person grabs again. This stays the same, this stays the same. There or there. What I'm going to do now is I take my one hand and I'm going to grab the finger. Okay. Apply this lock, taking two fingers at the bottom. If you look at Mike's knuckle right there, I place it at the bottom with the thumb at the top. And I drive this backwards. Okay. As I drive this backwards, I walk back as well, and I take this person straight down to the ground. Obviously now I can release and get that good face shot in once again. Right, so the grab, initial reaction, you have to inflict pain. I hold with my one hand, hold it against the head, the other one goes for the finger. As I do this, I bend this finger back, I rip this off, and I walk backwards down to the ground. Release, kick to the face, and escape. Right, let's see Aileen getting in here. Let's practice this. So the grab, the trap, initial reaction. One hand traps, pull that finger off, bend it, and walk backwards. Walk backwards. Right, and back up. See, one thing I don't want you to do when you do this is support the hand. I don't want you to support the hand like Aileen did right there. You just leave it and you pop it straight back. This way here. Right, once again. Grab, trap, knee. Bend, grab that finger, bend it and walk backwards. Smash him in the face with your shin, kick, and back. Right. Again, when you're practicing this, same as what Aileen's doing right here, okay, as you do the knee shot or the shin kick to the groin, and you walk this backwards, and Mike goes down to the ground, okay, I want you to practice proper body mechanics, okay? So I don't want you to just stand there and do this. I want you to release a step and really imagine what you're going to do to this attacker. Let's do that again. You don't have to hurt him right now, just good body mechanics. Trap, knee to the groin. Pull that finger, pull it back down. He goes down, step back and really kick it and escape. Right, let's see this at full speed. Right, next option we're going to look at is using car keys or house keys, which is a very dangerous tool. Right, so the way I'd like you to carry them, if you do go shopping or you do walk to your vehicle or to open your house, is to place the keys within each finger. Okay? And you're holding the keys and you've got a very deadly weapon here. Okay? For any lady to have, very, very deadly weapon. Right, so this is what we're going to do. This is how you're walking with your car keys right here. The person grabs the hair again. You can use the one hand to trap against the head, and you take this one, and what we're going to do is scrape it through the face. Okay, as I scrape it through the face, I'm going to bring it back and scrape it to the face. If this guy is still holding on, this is a good shot right here into the armpit. Okay, punching right here. And again, what I'll do is I'll thrust it right into the face again. Right. Just remember that theory of one punch, one kill, or you go to a self-defense class and all you're going to do is knee the guy in the groin and it's finished. That doesn't work. Right, so we need to be prepared that if this guy continues holding on, I trap this, I take the keys, I scrape it through his face, I bring it straight back. From here, I start hitting up into this arm, because if he starts inflicting pain here, or if I start inflicting pain here and he starts sensing the pain, naturally he's going to start ripping this arm away if I start thrusting this right through under his armpit. You have still got the knee strike right here. You have still got what we're going to add on right here is to step on this guy's foot. Okay, this is a nice movement, because once I take away his base, after I'm doing this and I push, this guy's going to go down to the ground. Okay, so once again, the guy grabs, you got your car keys, house keys, you trap, scrape into the eyes. That's the first area I want you to go to, because if you can take this guy's eye out or damage it, it's very tough for him to continue fighting. You can bring it straight back, or from the one scrape, immediately going to this arm here, under the arm. If you want to add the knee shot into the groin, stand on the foot. His feet will be right here, okay? His feet won't be back there, right? Especially if he's grabbing hold of you. Once you get this, you shove this person, and down he goes. You can escape now, right? Let's see Aileen practice this, right? So very important when you do this, you take the 3 biggest keys if possible, you put it within the knuckles, each knuckle, right there. Yeah. You should just get into the habit of walking around, holding your keys exactly like she's got it there, nice and tight. Person comes up and grab, you trap with the one hand, swing it past, scrape it right into the eyes, slowly, yeah, good. You can take it straight back, hit it straight back. Eyes is your first target. Start hitting under the armpit right here, hitting, releasing this grip, step on his foot, step on his foot and shove, shove, and now escape. Good job, let's do it again. Right, remember, you want to continue doing this until this grip starts releasing. It doesn't help you just go to the eyes and he's still holding on to the hair and you try and push him away by standing on his foot. Okay, so you want to continue inflicting pain onto this person under the arm, in the eyes, in the throat. Okay, so when you apply your pressure down on his foot, this hand is already released or busy releasing. Okay, so trap, go to the eyes first and back to the eyes. Under the armpit, you can work to the throat. Punch it into the throat. Okay, from there, step on his foot and use your whole body, shove him and escape. Okay, good job. Right. Let's see this at full speed. Okay, we're going to look at one scenario when somebody grabs you from behind on the hair. Okay, when they're trying to pull you back, okay, or just ripping the hair. Again, instinctively, this is the best thing to do, is to trap this thing against your head. Right, the next option is you can either go left or right, depending on your environment. You might be up against a wall or your car here, and you need to go to your left. So I want you to practice both sides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin around and drop underneath him, right here. Once I get underneath him, very important here is to stay in line with the arm. You don't want to turn too much this way, okay? Because once I'm here and I start pushing up, yeah, you get a nice shoulder lock right there and you can start inflicting pain. Right, so once again, you trap it against the head, you spin around underneath and you push up, okay? From here, I've got lots of options. The one I want you to use is pretty much like we used the previous one. I'm going to go from here, step on the furthest foot here, and just push him down to the ground. Okay, once again. Right, so the grab, trap against. I'll go the other way. Turn underneath, rip it up. Okay, see that lock right here? I could continue ripping up. If he leaves, I step on the furthest leg. Okay, you could step on the closest leg as well. You could step on the inside here, just push him off balance or escape. Okay, but the best one here is if you step on that furthest leg, because now when he pushes, he catches, don't just fall. He catches his balance with this leg, and now there's no more balance. He has to go down. Okay, right. So once again, the trap, left or right side. I go underneath, I pull this up. If he's really close, okay, I could continue with a knee. Even further away, I could continue with a shin. Okay, I drive in towards him, I step on that foot, and I push. Okay, let's see Aileen practice this. It's obviously much easier for shorter people to do this, because you can get right underneath them. Trap again, spin around, nice and straight. Okay, she can immediately step on the foot and shove to break his balance. Okay, you really have to power shove there, or remember the knee into the groin, kicking in, shin into the groin. Trap, underneath and up, knee into the groin, shove. Yeah, as you're busy pushing, you can look for that foot, step on it, just to catch his, so he doesn't have to catch his base. Once again, slowly, grab, trap, underneath, lift it up, knee into the groin, step on that foot, push him. Yeah, okay, so once again, when you get to this position right here, again, he might still be holding on to the hair. I just reach and step on that foot. As he's stepping there, I can use both arms. Even if he's holding on to the hair, I'll just rip this straight off. I'd rather lose some hair than lose my life, okay? Once again. Right, but the knee in the groin should release that grip to the hair. Step around, step in, knee into the groin, step, shove. Let's do it again, and let Mike continue holding on to your hair. Once again. Step around, hold, keep it against the hair. Move in now, knee into the groin. There we go. Now it releases, step and shove and escape. Right, very good. Let's see this full speed. Right, the next section on this DVD is about headlocks, when somebody gets you around the head and they're ripping around the neck. A very common situation in the street. When people start grabbing each other, cat fighting, they always tend to grab the head. Right, so the first thing we're going to look at is somebody grabbing hold of you. Your first golden rule is you have to create a base, okay? Which means even if I'm standing this way and the person is grabbing on me right here, I need to step back and create a base. Okay, this is where I've got one leg in front of his feet and the other leg behind. I also want to make sure that my hips are slightly lower than my attacker. As a lady, you was probably most of the time shorter than your attacker, smaller than your attacker, so your hips will naturally be lower. The next thing is going to be where this hand is going to find itself. Sometimes it's going to be in front, sometimes it's going to be at the back, okay, the back of your attacker's body. Right, doesn't really matter, the technique stays the same. If your arm is in front, you're going to grab hold of the pants. If the arm is at the back, you're going to grab hold of the pants. But let me just stress, this base is very important. It's very difficult when Mike is grabbing right here to grab hold of the pants. Okay? And obviously he's going to be ripping you around, so you're going to be falling all over the show. I don't want to go down to the ground. Primarily, I never want to go down to the ground. Okay? So, grabbing the pants. The next thing I'm going to do is using my body weight. As somebody much smaller, as a lady much smaller and weaker as the attacker, you need to use more body weight instead of muscular, depending on your muscular strength. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my leg, the one at the back, and I'm going to swing it through. As I swing it through, I'm going to sit on the butt. Right? So I'm using my body weight. I hold on to the pants, I swing it through, and I sit on the butt. And we both go down. Now the next thing is, you don't want to do this nice takedown and then this guy climbs on top of you this way. Okay? So what you need to understand is as soon as you hit the ground, you need to get on top of him. Right, let's do that again. I'll just change the angle so you can get a better view of that takedown. So from here, I'm going to grab hold of the pants. I'm going to swing and I'm going to sit right on the butt. Okay? From here, I'm going to climb up on top of him immediately. Climb up on top of him to a more dominant position. I've got lots of options from here. Obviously, a male attacking a female, right? This is asocial violence. So what I need to do immediately is take my thumbs and plant it into this guy's eyes. Okay? I'm going to use this, especially if he's trying to grab hold of me, to release that grab, and from this here to be able to stand up and escape. Right, once again. Right, so the grab comes, and you need to practice it from all different angles, all different ambush kinds of attack. As Mike grabs, first rule, create the base, step behind him. Second rule, grab the pants. Third rule, swing and sit, straight down. As soon as you sit, you have to get on top of this person. Just turn this way, Mike. Have to get on top of this person. Once you mounted yourself on top of this person, you might still be grabbing. You take your thumbs, you plant it straight into the eyeballs with a palm on the cheek. Okay, you apply pressure. See, my weight is back right now. I take my weight and I push it over him. So all my weight is driving into those eyeballs. I stand up and I escape the situation. Let's see Aileen practice this. So we've got Aileen coming in, Mike grabbing the headlock. Right, first golden rule. This is good. Create the base. Step behind. Good base. See her hips are lower than Mike's hips. She grabs the pants. This time her arm is at the back. Okay, so she just keep it at the back. So she grabs the pants wherever she can. Grab and grab. She swings her leg through. Swing and sit. See, using the body weight. Climbs on top. Fingers in the eyes. Stand up. Let's change the angle there for you. Mike, attack from this side. Aileen, come this side here. Same thing, grab the headlock. Grab the headlock. See, the headlock is here. Aileen needs to step back, get the base. Base. This time, let's say the hand is in front. The previous one, her hand was at the back. Grabbing hold of the pants, she needs to swing this leg. Swing and sit. Swing and sit. As soon as she lands, nicely climb on top. Put those thumbs into the eyeballs. Use the weight. Now, important here, go back. Okay, see the weight is still right over Aileen's butt here. So what she needs to do is, there the weight goes forward. Now it's easier for her to stand up on the legs because there's no weight there now. Jump up and escape the situation. Right. Okay, let's see this full speed. Okay, let's look at option number 2. Again, we got the headlock. Right? First thing, obviously I'm talking to you right now, so I need to get my face showing towards the cameras. But ideally what you want to do is, as soon as this headlock goes on, is to look at your opponent. This way right here. This way you don't get any claustrophobic motion around the neck, okay? And you won't get any choke around the neck either. If I turn in, it's all on my back, on the back neck muscles, and not so much on the throat, right? Okay, obviously your base, same as the first one, your base is very important. Doesn't help you here and you're looking in and you're falling all over the show. So my base is important, and this time I look in towards Mike, right here. Now, again, I can grab hold. It's always good to grab hold of whatever you got, okay? 2 options here with this hand. The first one is you're going to be punching into the groin really, really aggressively, okay? Another option is grabbing hold of the groin and really ripping, okay? Pinching, ripping, causing extreme pain. What I'm going to do next is release this hand here, and I'm going to take it right over the top. Okay, either over the top, or if it's a big guy, you slide it in on the inside here. You take your palm and you plant it under the nose. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be squashing this nose backwards, peeling his head off, and I'm going to be throwing him over my leg down to the ground. Obviously then you can start playing some football or just escape the situation. Okay, so the secret in this counter is palm under the nose. It's very difficult for Mike to push down. Anybody that you pull this nose up, it's very painful, the head starts moving. As soon as the head starts moving, look at the structure. With your leg behind you, you just continue with the structure, or you continue heading into the groin, and this guy's going down. Right, so we got the headlock. You got the good base, okay? Even if this hand is in front here, you could still, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but you could still push this nose up right here. That's why I like this one, especially with the arm behind the back. Right, the groin strikes, always I inflict pain. Grabbing, ripping, remember this is an asocial violence encounter. This is not some social gathering. Okay, so you rip the groin right here. You take it over the top, you peel the nose back, and you look up. Okay, creating a good, strong, solid structure. If this guy is still not letting go, you take your fist, punch it into the throat. If you've got the car keys, you thrust it into the throat right here. You continue turning, ripping this guy to the ground. You play your soccer World Cup shot, and you get the heck out of there. Let's see Aileen practice this. So we got the headlock. Aileen will create her base first. Good base. Grabbing the pants. Right, she shoves. Okay, remember this here. Just want to take her hair here. You have to look in, especially if this guy is ripping you around the neck there. Okay, heading into the groin. Taking the hand over the top, under the nose. Yeah, pull that back now. Aileen has to look up and escape. Right, once again, very important when you do this, when you're busy hitting this guy and you're busy peeling him off right here, is don't keep looking down and do this. You want to get your whole body strength involved here. Okay, once again. So headlock, grabbing the pants. This time grabbing the groin, ripping, yeah, good. Over the top, under the nose, peel, look. Hit him into the throat or strike him down and escape the situation. Right, very good. One more thing. Remember the shots that you got here. Once you put the hand over the top and you're busy peeling this guy off here, there, the leg, you got, open the palm, you got the palm shot under the jaw, under the chin right there. You got the keys and the punch to the throat. Okay, you got the fingers in the eyes. Okay, you got the groin shot, you got the rip, everything to get this guy to release, okay, and then peel him off and take him down and escape, right? And remember, before you escape, you might want to give this guy a good shot to finish the job off and then get out of there. Let's see one more time. Grab the headlock. Okay, so we got it right here. Aileen's got a good base. She's grabbing hold, striking into the groin, hit. Right, reaches over the top, under the nose, looking up. She continues hitting, peeling him off, hitting, and escape the situation. Very good. Remember, always escape. If you can escape, escape. Let's see this out full speed. Next section on this DVD, we're going to look at strangle holds and grabs and holds when somebody's attaching themselves to you. So the first scenario that we got is where you're up against a wall and somebody's strangling you with the arms locked out. Okay, so they're using their maximum reach right here and pinning you straight up against the wall. I can't really, especially if you're smaller, you can't really get to the throat, you can't get to the eyes. Just say these guys got long arms, right? So what I want you to do from here is you're going to take either side. Again, depending on your environment, there might be a wall this side, then I'll use the opposite side. Okay, if I can't get my arm up this side here. Right, I'm going to take it straight over the top and twine it through Mike's forearms. Right, when you look on the side here, I don't want to be over the armpits here. I want to get more towards the wrists. Okay, if Mike resists, okay, and I go over the armpits there's no ways I'm going to move his arms. But here by the wrists, it's going to be much easier. Right, so what I do is I twine it through, intertwine it right through, and I grab hold of my palms. Right, I don't interlink the fingers, I don't hook the fingers, it's like clapping hands, and I hold on tight. From this position here, I'm going to take it way over the top and remove those hands. Now because my body's already wound up here, I'm going to take the other side, I'm going to slap straight back. Right, so I'll give you a side angle view here. Right, as the guy's locking out, I link this through, I grab hold, I don't use my arm strength again. Look how the hips are turned, and I unturn the hips and I swing it straight back at this guy. Okay, I'll do the other side. So interlink, over the top, remove. I open my furthest hand and I'm going to slap it straight back at him. Right, up against the wall, pushing up. He's really strangling you, sucking the air out of you right here. You interlink it right here. You twist and you slap immediately back. Right, let's call in Aileen right here. Let's practice this quickly. Right, making sure that when you do this progressively, that your partner doesn't start strangling you when you practice this technique, but the more and more repetitions you get in here, the more and more you want your partner to put more pressure here. Okay, so you get used to dealing with that pressure. Okay, so Mike grabs hold of Aileen, she intertwines it through, grabs hold of the palms, and she uses her whole body, and then slaps straight back. Yeah, you really want to get a good spinal twist with that slap, not just doing this, but swerving the whole body around. Once again, Mike pushes Aileen up against the wall, interlink it through, release it, and slap straight back, and obviously escape from there. One more time. Pushing, arms are locked out, interlink it through, release it through, and slap. Right. To get maximum weight and body leverage right here, when you interlink the arms through here, the side I'm interlinking, that's the side my weight's going to be. Okay, so I'm going to torque the hip, the waist right here, and then I throw my weight from the one leg to the other leg. Okay, so if Mike's holding on right here, okay, so if I interlink it right through here, my weight will go to my right side here, closest to the camera. Okay, I'll interlink it right there, and then I'll throw my weight away, same with the swing, and then I'll come straight back at this opponent. Right, let's check this out full speed. Obviously, your personal protection, one of the deciding factors is your environment. You're not always going to have a nice matted surface, open space. You have these things in the way as well. It doesn't have to be a wall, can be a bar counter, can be your kitchen table, can obviously be a vehicle, anything, okay? Can even be people. So the first thing that we're going to look at when somebody's busy strangling you, okay, and they're really close, they're putting a lot of pressure on you and strangling you here with their face right here, their head might be right in your face, okay? How are we going to address that? Right, so what we're going to be doing is practicing right here where Mike is really close. Now if the head is very close, you can easily wrap your hand around the person's head. Even if you're smaller, you can still wrap it around the person's head. Okay? And usually when they're putting you up against like this, they lower themselves automatically. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to rip it around. Just turn this way, Mike. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it around, and using my fingers, I'm going to fish hook the eyeball right there. Okay? Now wherever there's no ways Mike will pull away from this, he will go with it to alleviate the pain. Right? And where the head goes, the body's going to follow. So this is how we're going to work this. Putting up against the wall, I reach around, I fish hook this eye. As I start getting the turn of the head right here, I'm going to take my palm, I'm going to take the palm, drop the elbow there, and I'm going to smack right onto the jaw. Okay? With a turn of the eyeball, with a smack, really driving this palm right into him, escaping the situation and getting out of there. Once again. Right, so he's really close to you, really, really close. Okay? You reach over, you enjoy the closeness because now you can get to the eyeball. Okay? As he starts turning, I hit with a palm. Okay? Releasing this grip and escaping the situation. Let's check Aileen work this. Right, so Aileen is up against the wall. Mike is really, really close, gripping around you. Aileen's going to wrap around, fish hooking that eyeball. Okay? If she can't get the eyeball initially, she'll pull on the ear. Okay, gently pulling on the ear. Okay, once she gets that, then she goes for the eyeball. As the head starts turning, okay, now the other palm comes into play, and she jams that jawbone right there. Jams and strikes him down to the ground and escapes the situation. Right, she's being nice with her partner. Right, once again. Right, let's do that again. Nice and close. This person is putting his head right next to your head there. Okay, get those fingers in the eyeball. Reach around. Slam that jaw. Turn him around and escape. Even if Even if you're busy turning this right here and then the wall continues here, you still slam this guy up against the wall to escape the situation. If it happens that I'm trying to get around and I can't get this guy's eyeball, I'll take my other finger and I'll jam this way, okay? Because again, Mike will move away from that and you'll feed it directly to my other hand. So basically what we're looking at when I'm going around, let's say Mike's head is this side here, and I'm trying to get it here, but I can't get it, I'll use my other hand and I plant it into the eye. He automatically starts turning. It's easier to feed to this eye right now. I turn this, I slam, and I escape the situation. Say, Eileen, do it one more time. Okay, so Mike is really close, putting the head right there. Eileen's trying to reach, feeds it to the one hand, grabs with the other one, smacks, and escapes the situation. Right, let's see this full speed. Right, next up we're going to look at single and double-handed grabs, right? So Mike grabs hold of my wrist, okay? Somebody wanting to obviously remove you to a different area, and we're going to use the same concept, grabbing the palms together. This creates a good, solid, strong structure to base your escape on. So all I'm going to do now is pretty much like you did the previous technique. As I grab, I'm going to rip this off, okay? Mike grabs with the other hand. A general mistake that people would do is when they do this, is they'll tilt it down this way. See, my palm is facing up. What I want you to do is palm facing almost like you're shaking somebody's hand. Okay, so don't turn the palm up this way. So Mike grabs. Okay, so I don't want to do this. See, he still holds on. Hold on tight. Okay. It doesn't matter. Hold on tight. If I swing, he's still going to hold on. Right? Okay, hold on. Now when I swing, handshake grip. You're actually going to be using one of these hands to remove, okay, which I'll show you a different variation now. Okay, but as he grabs, I want to swing and throw this thing. Okay, see where my hand stopped? Do it again. Okay, I want to swing and throw it, almost like a baseball bat. Baseball bat hitting right there. Okay, that's one variation. Another variation that you can do is as you do this, is to remove the hand that is not grabbing. Okay, and you take this palm and you pop that elbow off. Okay, I'll show you the other side. Okay, so Mike grabs, same concept. I swing, but he's still holding on. The wrist that he's holding on, I can't remove that. So I take the one that's free, I take the palm, not hitting on this area, right on the elbow again. Right there, bang, hitting it straight off. Grab again. So the first one, swing. Second one, swing, doesn't come off, pop it off. Right there, do that one again. Okay, so I swing, it doesn't come off. I use this, and I pop it straight off to escape. Right, let's call Eileen in here. Let's practice that quick. Mike grabs. Eileen creates that base. She swings it right over the top like a baseball bat and removes that. Okay, once again, same side. Grab hold, using the whole body weight. Again, watch Eileen nicely here. Slowly grab hold. Stop. See how she's already basing her weight towards me right here? Now when she swings, she's going to throw the weight closest to the cameras, whipping it over, rotating the hip and the spine. Okay? What's nice about this as well is exactly what we did previously. You're already wound up to give this guy a good solid shot into the face. Okay, so just do the escape for now. Grab hold, rip it. Good. Right, now grab the other side. Okay, now Eileen's going to rip it, but it's going to get stuck. Okay, so she rips it. It gets stuck. Now she uses a free hand and she pops it and escapes the situation. Okay, once again. Any side, grab hold, rip, it gets stuck, pop it. The first variation works exactly the same if the person grabs the same side. Okay, so if Mike grabs the same side. Just now we were working opposite sides, crossing over. Okay, the first variation works the same side. You just grab on the outside and you rip it. Okay. The only problem when you want to do the second variation is that your free hand is on the opposite side. Okay? You can still use the same concept if you take a hammer fist and you hit this off. Still the same concept. But it works much better crossing over. When I rip this and I pop it this way here. But it is not wrong and it works just as effective if I rip it and it continues staying right here, that I either hit this way here okay, or I pop it on this side here. Okay, so the same concept. So don't worry which side the person is grabbing. Okay, so crossing over, you rip. Okay, if it doesn't, hold on. If it doesn't come loose, you pop it. Okay, opposite side here. Okay, I cross over, he holds on. Okay, I pop it, all on the same side. Okay, when Mike is busy grabbing, I throw it right over here, it holds on. I'm either going to use a hammer fist here, just because I have to come around here. Okay, this way here is not going to be as strong. Okay, so I use a hammer fist and I rip this out. Right, the next technique is when somebody grabs with two hands. Okay, and what they want to do is, which is very, very dangerous for a lady, is they're trying to pull you somewhere, pull you into a taxi, pull you into a cab, pull you into a house, into a room. Okay, Mike's busy pulling. You can only resist so much. Obviously, this guy is bigger and stronger than you. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is, yeah, you're going to fight back. Naturally, you're going to do that, right? And as Mike is busy pulling, I'm going to try and fight as much as I can, and then with my free hand, I'm going to explode on this guy. And this is how it's going to look slow motion. As he pulls, I'm going to leap towards him and strike him with a palm right on the jaw, okay? If this guy doesn't go down, let's say I'm busy doing this, and I go and he still stands, I need to escape this position right here. So what I'm going to do is with this palm that's struck on the jaw right here, I'm going to grab hold of my palms again. Again, we got that structure, okay? We use it all the time. The structure, and I rip it up away from me to escape the situation. Right, so where do you strike this guy? Well, if you look at the palm right here, where the little finger is, this area right here, there's a little bone at the bottom, at the base of the palm onto the wrist. That's the area that you want to strike with, right there. Okay, on your palm. Where do I strike Mike? Anywhere in that area right there, the jaw to below the ear, right into the neck, on the jawbone. Okay, I don't want to strike at the top. A lot of these things skim off the top. I don't want to strike on the chest. He's not going to feel that. This is an area here that you're going to get the best results on. Right, so as he's grabbing, you want to fight back. Obviously, if you can get out of this, that's best. Okay, but he's still holding on. I explode onto this guy. I hit nicely and strong. Hopefully, going to knock this guy out. Otherwise, if you don't, you grab hold, you create the injury, you grab hold, you rip this up, and you escape the situation. Right, let's see Aileen work this against Mike. Right, so Mike grabs hold of Aileen, two hands on one. Okay, Aileen's going to resist. She can't fight it back. She explodes on him. Bang, hitting him, ripping on, taking it up, and escape. Once again. Let's see that again, slowly. I want to see all the technicalities here. Grab. Okay, so good. She's trying to fight. This is what you would do automatically. Okay, she can't do that anymore, so she goes slowly motion in, striking. Okay, see this? I don't want your weight to stay back here. You don't want to just strike him with the arm. You want your weight, you want to go in towards him. Yeah, you want to try and knock this guy out. He's still holding on. Take the hand, feed it, rip it up, and escape the situation. Very good. Let's see that again. Slow motion. You fight back, you fight back. You can't get out of it. You explode onto this person. Bang. Grab hold of the palms, rip it up, and escape. Right, another point I want to make here. When Mike is busy pulling right here, even if you can't get the shot on the side, you will still use your palm and smash it right into the face. I'm not looking at scraping this guy right now, okay? Because what I want to do is, from here I'm resisting, and then immediately I want to jump onto this guy. So the scrape is not going to work. You want to palm strike this guy, okay? And once you've palm struck him, you reach up. Now this hand here, sometimes it's going to feel like, yeah, I can't get my hand in there. Just raise your fingers up, grab hold of your palm. Just raise your fingers up, grab hold of your palm, rip it straight up. Let's see it again, Aileen. Okay, so if Mike doesn't turn his face enough, she'll just palm him right in the face. Resist, slowly, slowly. She explodes onto him. Wham! Raise the fingers up, grab hold of it, rip it up, and escape the situation. Very good. Right, let's see this full speed. Right, we're going to finish this DVD off with somebody grabbing hold of you, what we call the bear hug right here. We'll finish off with the front bear hug. Okay, the whole idea is you don't want to give this guy the opportunity to do this in the first place. So this is how we're going to prevent this. Okay, we call this an open palm outside 90 degrees. Okay, which means if I test this and I go against the rules now, I create a 90 degrees and I close my palm, I'm going to ask Mike to grab hold of my body around the top. Just grab, close me in and go. Close me in, grab tight. Yeah, there's no ways I can keep this guy away and relax. Okay, so once again, I close the palm, I keep it 90 degrees. I'm going to ask Mike to grab hold of my body. I'm going to resist. Go. Yeah, very tough to keep this guy away. So now we go according to the rule. I open my palm and I keep it out just past 90 degrees. Okay, so we got the 90 degree mark, and I just go past the 90 degree mark and I open the palm. Okay, and I ask Mike the same. Grab. Yeah. 1, 2, grab. 3, nice, relax. Go, grab. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, stop. Okay, so just that concept right there. When you're trying to keep somebody away, this is a very strong structure. Do not close and go smaller than 90 degrees, and don't keep it 90 degrees. Keep it past 90 degrees and open the palm. Okay, right. So again, when somebody comes in and they try and grab you, you might be, yeah, immediately this thing should be out here. Okay, even here, the first thing instinctively that you want to do is try and push and create a space right here. Right, so we're going to turn this around here. So let's say I couldn't create that space. This guy's already in. Okay, so I couldn't prevent this position in the first place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my palm in front over the chin right here. Okay, now from here, yeah, you could, if you're strong enough, you could just peel this back. Again, wherever the head goes, the body's going to follow. Right. But what I want to do is I'm going to place my other palm and put it right, supporting onto the jawbone, cheek, chin right here. Okay, see the forearm here? It's going right onto the jaw, the cheek. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's not away. Cup it up right there. You grab hold of the chin, and the other one's going to place right here. What I'm going to do now is I'm not just going to drive this guy backwards. Hold on, Mike. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push the butt back as well. Ugh. Really shove this guy backwards, explosively. Okay, so once again, this guy's right here. I put this hand onto his chin right here. I brace. Okay, double support here. I want to bend his head backwards. As I bend his head backwards, I'm going to move my butt back as well, and I'm going to shot put him, escaping to create that space. Now, if he's still holding on, I can drop that open palm 90 degrees. I've got the groin shot. I've got the continued striking right here. Right, let's turn it around. Let's see the other side. So grab again. You couldn't prevent that. You couldn't prevent that. So what I do right here, cup around the chin. Cup around the chin. Place the palm right here. I want to push this head back, okay, but I want to use my whole body. So what I do is I walk back with the butt and I push this back immediately, right? And like I say, you got the groin shot, okay, you got the eyes. You could take this person down if you want to. A lot of options, or just escape. Let's see Aileen getting in here. Okay, so Mike grabs under the arms, grabbing hold. Aileen will sneak the hand onto the chin right there, support. This elbow in as much as you can. It's very difficult to push somebody with the elbow out. You want it in line with the hip, right? She's going to extend and push back right there. Good, and stop. Once again, turn it around, do the other side. Right, let's go, grab. Right there, on the chin, get the elbow down, push the head back, and walk your butt backwards. Good, once again. Let's see, slowly. Grab on the chin and push. Good. Right, so how would this actually occur? Because it's very difficult for somebody just to walk up and do this to you. Okay, so it could be somebody leading on towards Aileen, standing, holding. Yeah, she starts resisting, and the next thing, this guy grabs hold of this. Okay, it could be that her arms weren't into play. Could be that she was standing with her hands after maybe a jog or something, relaxing, and this guy walks up and immediately grabs hold of her right here. Okay, and obviously you get all the front and backs as well, but the whole idea here is when somebody does grab hold of you here, put this on the chin, right here on the chin, with the palm support, push that head back, move your body backwards, and then obviously you've got room to escape. Right, let's see this full speed.